When I met my ex-husband, I thought I met my soulmate. That first night we met, I remember us kissing, and it was this little voice in the back of my head that said, he's my soulmate. But I was super young, and then things were great. We had a great relationship, and then things started to fall apart. And I recognized I wasn't getting all my needs met from my marriage. It just wasn't, things weren't changing. And I recognized that I was changing, that I was starting to look at other people differently. I was starting to recognize that I have a lot of love in my heart. So I wanted to be able to just expand my horizons and not feel guilty about it. So I had what I call my liberation weekends last summer, where I reconnected with a former lover from probably 2005, 2006. So I was in my early 20s at that time. And once I ended my marriage, I was just curious to see where he ended up. So we ended up reconnecting. He more or less called it non-authoritarian type relationship, where no one has any sense of hierarchy or control over another person. And that really resonated with me. And so during this liberation weekend, I had a connection with him and another man to kind of fulfill one of my fantasies. And everything was just really comfortable and trusting, and it just felt in alignment with who I was. And so we started talking about it and how they've been living their lives. And I recognized this is something I need to research more. And I feel like this is how I want to live my life, because monogamy just wasn't working for me. That was a defining moment for me, having that experience to talk to people who are living life in a different way. Because up until that point, I feel like everyone that I've known has been monogamous. And in marriages, that weekend, it just blew my eyes wide open. So that's the moment, that's the weekend that I feel was transformational for me, because I was able to recognize terminology. Then I could then research it, and then I could put the research to my feelings, and that really helped me to just put the pieces together about how my life is a lot different than it used to be, and how I feel a lot different about relationships and love than I used to.